Before I got involved with the life group in CCOF, I was heavily immersed in addiction, in drug and alcohol addiction. I was struggling emotionally, mentally. I was having some psychotic issues, some mental issues. I was hearing voices all day, every day, just regularly hearing voices. And I was, picture that unfortunate individual that you see walking down the street yelling at themselves. Like, I was completely incapacitated. And I was just without hope, completely without hope. And before I reached out and decided to attend a life group. Prior to being involved in my life group, I was a bit of a loner. I spent the vast majority of my time alone. I was kind of socially disinclined, afraid to branch out and become involved with people. I spent copious amounts of time by myself. So when I reached out to the life group, it was a very, it was a leap of faith to become involved with the life group. But it's completely different now. I have friends who I rely on for emotional support, and I can offer emotional support back. And it's just, I couldn't ask for a better group of friends. It's really great. The first night I joined the life group, I was, completely lost and just terrified and intimidated because I was holding on by a thread. I was struggling in every realm of life, and my nerves and my just emotions were everywhere. And I was still hearing voices when I first joined the life group, and I was just completely out of my element. But I wanted it bad enough that despite how uncomfortable and fearful I was to join the life group and be around people who were so serene and had it together, or the appearance of having it together at least, I was just very intimidated. They were so welcoming and so inviting, and it's a very eclectic group based on where they come from. And so I was drawn to that. I was drawn to how wide of a variety of backgrounds everybody had. And it was just appealing to me, attractive and appealing to me to get to be involved in something like that. And they were just so inviting and welcoming and accepting of me and my previous lifestyle. And that was very important to me because I come from an adverse background, so I'm kind of ashamed of it at times and not very proud of the route that I've taken in life. So they were just very inviting and accepting, and it was just awesome. In September, early September, the transmission in my car completely went out, and I had no means of transportation. So I'm relying on Ubers, Lyfts. Mallory's driving me around everywhere. Like I had no means of transportation, and it was a regular kind of prayer request at the life group. Like I would consistently just say, prayer request for my car, and I had I didn't think that I would be able to save for a car until like this time next year with the way my income situation is, with my financial situation. So I would kind of mention it regularly to them, and they would ask me about it every week during life group. And eventually, it's kind of funny because they asked me if I wanted to include it in a prayer request, and I was like, you know what, don't even worry about it. I'm not going to be able to save money for like a whole year to get a car. And they were like, well, we actually did something for you. And they handed me an envelope, and in it was the Carfax for the car and the sales receipt. And they're like, you don't have to worry about it anymore. We bought you a car. And I was just beyond words. Like I had no idea. They kept it a surprise from me and Mallory. I had no idea they were going to do anything like that. It completely caught me off guard. Another important element to the life group is the relationship aspect of it. We're not just members of a life group together, we're all friends. We care about the goings on of each other's lives. We update each other on career advancement and opportunity. We ask each other how life is going. Like, how's work? How's that job situation going? We do fun things together. We go out to dinner together. We went to the creek this summer together. We went to Clear Creek. We do exciting and entertaining things together. It's not just a life group. I almost exclusively hang out with people from my life group now, after experiencing what it is. It's so important. The day I got baptized was a very nerve-wracking day. I was, as you might be able to tell, I'm not very comfortable being the center of attention. I try to avoid being the center of attention at all costs. So when I found out that there was going to be a group of people watching me get baptized, it was very intimidating, and I was very afraid of the experience. But I was more excited than afraid. I felt in my heart that it was the right thing to do, and I felt that it was going to be a transformative experience. I'm getting to give my life and my will over to the care of Jesus Christ. And it was a magical day. It really was. I feel at peace for the first time in years. I come from a long line of addiction. It kind of runs in my family. So I'm sort of a product of adversity. So I've kind of been worried as long as I can remember, worried about one thing or another. And since I've begun developing a relationship with God, I have a direction to channel my worries toward. And I'm just day by day becoming more excited to be alive, and involved in the church, involved in my life group. I'm building relationships. My life is completely transformed from a year and a half ago. My name is Shane. I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and I am not the person I was before.